All right, we're coming in quick. GardenStateHSWrestling.com live at Mount Olive High School. The third of our try match this morning. This is Hillsborough versus Mount Olive. We're starting at 114 pounds. John Kovach, James Clark with you. Mount Olive just topped Bayonne. Hillsborough topped Bayonne. And now we have Mia Capone for Mount Olive and Charlita Semino for the Raiders. James, how are you?
Oh, it's great to be able to get a call at 7:30 this morning, hop right over here 15 minutes away to Mount Olive, and being able to call the last match of the day here at Mount Olive. It doesn't get any better than this, John.
Good work if you can get it. This the final duel of the day. A lot of upper body struggling.
And this has really been a really good try here, John, that I've been seeing from the three teams, including some of the Booten wrestlers that were here earlier, just getting some mat experience time. But really good job here with this great setup of this try today between all three of these teams, including Booten, just getting those girls experience.
And they faced some quality opponents on that second mat.
Yes, they did, and a lot of really close matches and a lot of 6-minute wrestling matches, too.
Out of bounds, we'll restart. No score, 13 seconds left in the first period in our first bout, 114 pounds. Mia Capone for Mount Olive, she's in a black with red and gold. And Charlita Semino for Hillsborough in the scarlet and call it white, but it's kind of a grayish maybe.
I know that's something that you and Don were talking about earlier about what are we going to really decide to make this.
I don't know. Scarlet.
Yeah, but it's definitely more scarlet.
It's scarlet. Start neutral for the second period. No real level changes for the first 2 minutes plus.
Now, this is really good wrestling that you're seeing here. This is where all three of these teams that have been here today, you could just tell a lot of these girls have varsity experience and wrestling experience as well, too. So they're really caught up to speed as far as what the boys' side of wrestling's looking like now, because you've seen a lot more 6-minute matches going on today.
No score. Minute 20 left in the second period here at 114. Mia Capone for Mount Olive. Charlita Semino for Hillsborough. Shot by Semino. Gets the tight waist, but they're out of bounds when they hit the mat. We'll restart neutral with 1:03 to go in the second period.
And neither one have come close to a takedown yet, which is even more impressive to really see how these girls have really been pushing the action a little bit, but neither one has come close to a takedown.
Level change by Capone as they exchange hand positions. Coming up on 30 seconds to go in the second period. Still no score.
And that was kind of a shot attempt there, but not really. A half-shot attempt if you really
sort of.
If you want to call it that, but not really.
Semino had the one-shot attempt, but ran out of room at the earlier.
Now getting choice in the third period, you might as well, you kind of figure, are they going to go bottom or are they going to go right back on their feet? That's going to be the big question in that factor.
Semino trying to work the single. Time runs out as Capone gets the underhooks in and turns her.
Good one here, 114.
And Capone with choice opts to start on the bottom for this third period.
And just looking to see what Semino will choose to do. Will she choose to cut her and go back on their feet and go 2 minutes and get a takedown, or she's going to ride and turn?
Trying to chop her down. Capone gets up, takes the point in a 1-0 lead. 1-0 lead on the neutral, and we're back to hand fighting.
And all you have to do really is just get that one shot right there. Is Capone.
There it is, Cimino with the shot. But Capone's trying to swing her hips over.
And a nice little whizzer being thrown in there as well too, John. And that's really great wrestling right there by Capone to avoid that takedown.
That was one of the best efforts to avoid a takedown that I've seen. And it allows Capone to hold the 1-0 lead as we come up on 1 minute left in regulation in this 114-pound match.
And a really good job with it too. Both of these girls wrestling tough. They're really wrestling. Like I said, they're really catching up to the speed of boys wrestling now, which is really great to see.
That they are.
But Cimino,
shot by Cimino. A stall warning to Capone. And again, Cimino loses a takedown to the boundary as they run out of room, and they'll start neutral. 38 seconds to go in regulation. Cimino tries the shot again.
Really, if she can get another shot in again, and if Capone avoids her, she's going to get hit for a stall again. We might see this match go into overtime based off of the stall call.
20 seconds to go. Shot by Cimino. Capone stands through it. 10 seconds to go.
And there it is. Exactly how I predicted it. I had the crystal ball in front of me before, John.
Well, it's going to be more because it's a takedown. Shoulders exposed. And Shalinda Cimino beats Mia Capone with a pin as time expires. They're arguing, the Mount Olive bench is arguing that time had expired.
Yep, so I think they're going to just go with the regular decision. I don't think they're going to give the 6. But either way, what a match that was. And, you know, in those kind of situations, if you know you're getting warned for stall, you got to take it into overtime.
So I believe what this ends up is a 7-1 decision.
And you take a look here at the replay over here. You take a look. She just ended up tripping her inside trip and got the pin right at the buzzer, but instead it ends up being a decision just because the time expired. So it's a regular 7-1 decision.
3-0 now to lead for Hillsborough. You got to wonder if those other 3 points are going to figure in. Eva Drew for Mount Olive. Lily Shaw for Hillsborough as we start at 120 pounds. Hillsborough showed up today. They got off the bus with a 7-3 record. Mount Olive was 12-2 at the beginning of the day. They've improved that to 13.
Yeah, this Mount Olive girls team has been extremely impressive this year with many of the girls matches that they've been having and who they've been really wrestling on, edging out some teams that they may not expect to edge out, but just the talent level of these girls for this Marauder squad is just really prevailing to be some of the top ones in the state. And now with girls sections being a thing this year, it's also going to be interesting to see where they're going to be seated as far as sections go.
Duck under, and it looks like a fireman's carry attempt by Drew. Shaw counters with a sprawl, and she's trying to get Drew's leg or anything she can get. Drew now has the left leg of Shaw, pops her head free, steps over, drives forward, gets the takedown. With 30 seconds to go in this first period.
Yeah, and a really good takedown by her, being able to finish it right on top and being able to work her some things on top, and she'll try to ride out the rest of the period and get a turn. But as I say that, she gets the escape and concedes it, go right back on their feet with 10 seconds to go.
Shaw powers to her feet. 1 second. 3-1, the lead for Ava Drew of Mount Olive. She is in the black with red and gold. After one period at 120 pounds, Hillsborough with a 3-0 lead after one match. We are brought to you today by Serenelli and Associates Accounting, Tax, Consulting. It's the time of year you've got to think about getting your taxes done. These guys can help you out. Second period starts with Drew on top as she's trying to drive Shaw forward. Shaw trying to get up, trying to get another escape. Drew shoots a half, starts to try a turn. Snaking that arm through. She has wrist control. To the far side does Drew. Shaw trying to scramble toward the boundary.
The thing about those arm bars, and as she throws them in too, it's something that you don't want to rush and get in. You want to try to get it right as much as possible.
Keeping her toes in, Ava Drew of Mount Olive gets the pin and gives the Marauders a 6-3 lead with 1:19 left in the second period. So the fall comes at 2 minutes and 41 seconds. And we're on to 126.
But I've seen a lot of arm bars, especially last night's match. Passaic Valley at Montville. Both those teams ran arm bars galore. It was so fascinating to see just how many arm bars and leg riding we saw from both of those teams last night, Noah Fox and I.
Molly Smythe of Mount Olive in the black. Layla Dadzi of Hillsborough in the scarlet and white. Dadzi drives forward. This is Smythe's first match of the day. She did not wrestle in the Bayonne match.
Definitely expected to do some big things this year is Molly Smythe.
She's making her way up the New Jersey rankings. Almost a minute in. There's the shot by Smythe. Doesn't get it. Gets back to her feet.
Definitely been a quick day here at Mount Olive today.
Not yet, because we got girls basketball after this on the Garden State Athletic Network.
Well, I meant
set
wrestling.
For 2 o'clock.
I meant wrestling, but yeah, we'll be here for the rest of the day at least. So
exactly,
covering that girls baskall game should be an interesting one.
12:30 call time for that, and basically what we have to do is move the table back 2 feet.
It's the easiest call time you'll ever have, John.
I'm okay with that. Dadzi trying to drive forward. Smythe counters. Smythe gets the leg, but they're out of bounds with 16 seconds to go in the first period. Smythe gets elbow control. No score after one period. We're at 126 pounds, 6'3". Mount Olive with the lead.
Concession stand's looking kind of lonely over there, folks. Make sure you go get something to eat and drink.
Man, it sure does look very long over there. So they better get the topped up on their food there. Chop, chop.
Out of bounds. They'll restart at the middle.
The thing about these wrestlers that are very lengthy and taller in these lower weights, it also makes it very hard for them to be able to get turned as well.
Dadzi gets an escape and takes a 1-0 lead 16 seconds into the second period.
And I just got to say something real quick. Donald J. Brower got the concession stand going on over there, so everybody's following through now with getting some great, delicious snacks and food that they have over there at the concession stands. But a 1-0 lead for Dadsey, and this is definitely one of those matches that, you know, Coach Mayer definitely wants.
Oh, yeah. Well, you got to think this is one he's counting on. Molly Smythe, one of the best wrestlers in the area, if not the state right now. You see her climbing in the rankings.
Yeah, she's definitely creeping up very, very, very quickly on a lot of girls, and, you know, could be poised to be kind of a dark horse to go in and probably even win a state championship this year as well, too. And her brother is also, who also wrestles for the boys Marauders team, is also kind of, after his MCT win last weekend, definitely creeping up and throwing some people off by surprise, too.
Father is the coach of the Mount Olive boys team.
The family reunion. Smythe hasn't really gotten to too much of her attacks because she knows that she has to be very cautious with what kind of shots she takes in, and it's got to be good shots for her where she can commit to and finish them. A lot of hand fighting and wrist controls for Smythe. She kind of saw something going there at the end of the second, but wasn't able to quite finish it. Smythe's going to go underneath. And it's definitely just also the other thing as well, too. When you choose underneath to go against a lengthy wrestler like this, too, you never know what can happen. But, of course, that escape will force the match to be tied, and a takedown would win it. And she faces her and gets the escape. We're all tied up at 1-1. Would not shock me if we do see this match go into overtime, but it wouldn't be the first time that we've seen an overtime match here today at Mount Olive.
No. 1-1. Just over a minute and a half left. Action's right on the edge of the mat. Smythe trying to pull the leg in and finish a takedown.
They all go out of bounds.
Dadsey tries to push her off. They're out of bounds. They'll restart with 1:26 to go.
If Smythe would have put that other hand from right underneath of that other leg of Dadsey, she would have secured the takedown. But instead, Dadsey did a good job. She readjusted to her left side and was able to prevent it.
Dadsey trying to run something along the mat. They break apart. Coming up on a minute to go in regulation. We're tied at 1 at 126 pounds. Mount Olive with a 6-3 lead. Smythe kind of grabs at the leg, stands back up.
It's just all about confidence right there and just knowing that if you don't have it, it's not worth going in and trying to finish if you don't have that firm grip on it.
Goes again. Sprawl by Dadsey. They break and back to their feet. Another sprawl by Dadsey as Smythe tries a single. Now she goes a double. She's focused on the left leg. She has it. Trying to drive through. She loses her grip. 17 seconds to go in regulation. Another shot by Smythe. Trying to drive through. Dadsey's getting the hook in. Smythe trying to finish the takedown. We're going overtime. Free wrestling.
Smythe has been the only one that has taken shots thus far, especially all being taken in that third period.
Estibilt Wrestling Club, 7 Norway Road in Hackettstown. They are preparing the next generation of wrestlers, boys and girls, for high school and beyond. Doing a great job with that. Estibilt Wrestling Club, 7 Norway Road in Hackettstown. Starting overtime after a little bit of patchwork on Smythe, 1-1. the score. Smythe swings Dadsey out of bounds. They're dancing over the center line. Dadsey trying to pull a leg in. Smythe gets free by keeping wrist control.
Dadsey's trying to force Smythe out of bounds to try to get her hit with a stall call.
Smythe tried to torque that, and she may have caught the sprawl here that she could turn this into a takedown. She's got the left leg. She's back to her feet, trying to drive through. 20 seconds to go in this first 1 minute of overtime.
And that was the third shot attempt there by Smythe that we've seen in this bout. But just because of that length and how strong of a sprawl that Dadsey's been doing is what has been keeping her in this match.
Still going, 1-1.
And if this match goes into the ultimate rideout, I believe it's going to go to, correct me if I'm wrong, John, to Dadsey would get that final choice in the ultimate rideout.
I think so.
Because I believe she scored first.
Yeah, she did.
So that would give it to her, but we'll see.
Smythe chooses bottom. She's trying to get the escape. Run, peels off, gets the neutral. But she's caught and driven down out of bounds by Dadsey. 20 seconds still to go. Smythe with a 2-1 lead as they start neutral. And you're going to see Dadsey working with a little more urgency now.
Yeah, especially both girls are definitely pushing more of that. They conserved all of that energy going in because they knew this was going to be a very well even match.
Stall warning against Smythe. No point, just a warning. She carries the 2-1 lead into the third overtime. Dadsey opts for bottom. And the referee reminds Smythe that she has a stall warning. And a caution now as they get in position. Now the start. Tight waist by Smythe. Dadsey peels it off.
Unless if anything drastic happens here, John, I mean, this will go into the ultimate rideout.
Under 15 seconds, 10 seconds to go. Shot by Smythe. Dadsey lifts her off, and she's got the hooks in. They're out of bounds in front of the Mount Olive bench. 4 seconds to go. Not a lot of time for anything to happen. Smythe presses forward. Dadsey presses back. 1-1.
And she's choosing, yep, she's choosing bottom. Yep, it's okay. I think they were just confirming with the head table that she got choice.
As she scored first, Dadsey had choice. She chose bottom.
This is where riding.
30 seconds to go.
This is where riding is definitely going to be very crucial, John.
Smythe's trying to turn her with 20 seconds to go. She's got a cross face in. She did, and a 1-point escape for Dadsey, and a big win for her. 3 points for Hillsborough to tie the match, and what a match it was. Now we've got a...
I mean, that was definitely the match of the day, John. Great match, both girls.
So far.
Both girls very evenly matched. And is this going to be unsportsmanlike?
I think it. Well, no, it looks like we've got a blood. We're cleaning up some blood. 6-6, we're tied. Moving to 132.
Yeah, it definitely has been. You know, that was definitely a great matchup right there. I know he was indicating towards the red. I don't know if it was just blood or if it was unsportsmanlike, but
It might have been a warning of some sort.
a warning, I believe,
And
yeah.
a forfeit at 132 by Mount Olive gives Hillsborough a 12-6 lead. Our coverage of the best in New Jersey high school wrestling all season long, sponsored by Champion Athletes Sports Nutrition, the Harrington Companies and Contractors, Performance Trophies and Medals, Estabilt Wrestling Club, Garden State Athletic Network, and the New Jersey Wrestling Officials Association. On to 138. Claire Carey for Mount Olive and Delaney Kiernan for Hillsborough. Today's coverage brought to you by Ginza Bar Restaurant and Sushi, Palumbo's Barbershop, Market Tavern of Flanders, Pro Automotive of New Jersey, and the 19th Hole Golf Simulator. Restart after a jaunt out of bounds. No score at 138, 12-6. And a quick throw by Carey of Mount Olive. She's looking for 6, pushing her back against Kiernan and gets the fall. 44 seconds the time, and a pin by Claire Carey of Mount Olive ties the team score 12-12.
And a really nice headlock thrown there by Carey. She was able to throw it in and finish it for the pin.
.145 next. Rebexy Melendez for Mount Olive. She'll be in the black with red.
For Hillsborough, Isabella Torriello.
Isabella Torriello for Hillsborough. This should be a really good match. I've been impressed by both of these girls.
Really good matchup. Definitely, I know both coaches are definitely going to want this one for sure. This one could be another one that lasts for 6 minutes.
And fighting early, 30 seconds into the first period. Team score tied at 12.
Just going to have to try to push the pace right there. You see Torriello of Hillsborough is trying to continue to push that pace.
And she's already drawn a stall warning against Melendez of Mount Olive. Yeah, Melendez has been backpedaling a little too much, I think, in the early stages here. We're just over a minute. So she's already challenged by a stall warning. Gets it, face lock, goes with the underhooks, and she's got the left leg, but driving forward and taking the takedown. Torriello, she's trying to get shoulders exposed. 4 back points and a 7-0 lead for Torriello. We're going to have a blood stoppage as well. The Harrington Companies. You got a house, you need it torn down, you need somebody to get rid of all the stuff. You call Harrington Demolition and Recycling. Then you got to replace it. So you call W.J. Harrington and Sons, and they come and build a nice house on that lot you just cleared. And then you got to make that lot look better. You call Hoffman Supply Home and Garden Center, and with one company, you've taken it from old to new. Harrington Companies. If you're a former coach, if you're a former wrestler, if you're just a fan that loves the sport and want to give back, scan the QR code on your screen now to join the top wrestling officials association in the United States, the New Jersey Wrestling Officials Association. Every sport needs officials right now. Wrestling no different. In fact, probably more so than some of the others. It's a tough job, but it's necessary, and those who do it love it. Restart with 33 seconds to go in the first period. Torriello on top. She has a 7-0 lead on Melendez of Mount Olive. And Torriello working her way up the body, trying to get it turned. She has wrist control. She has an arm bar. 10 seconds to go in the first period.
And she's got that power half locked in there tight.
Trying to work it. Time expires. And she will take a 7-0 lead to the second period.
And some additional blood time on top of what we just previously had.
Our coverage all year is brought to you by Performance Trophies and Medals. You've got a league, you've got a team, you need plaques, you need trophies, whatever you need. Performance Trophies and Medals can help you out with that. They also sponsor our Hammer of the Match, awarded every match. Performance Trophies and Medals. You need it. You need a trophy. You need a plaque. Somebody's retiring. They can help you out. About to resume with the second half. Could you leave that up a little longer next time, Zach? 7-0 the lead for Isabella Torriello of Hillsborough. Working a half. Robexi Melendez, excuse the single leg. What am I saying? Half.
It's okay, John. We just started call. We called a lot of wrestling matches in a span of 24 hours. Less than that.
It ends up being a takedown for Torriello as she swings her hips. Her lead up to 10-0. And her bench urging her to get a bar. And I think she's working toward that. Trying to get the turn. Melendez trying to get to a base of some sort. But Torriello really has that bar in.
She's just got to keep that arm straight and take her time with running it.
She's got a minute to work with in this period. She's getting swipes now. And now she throws the rest of Melendez's body over. Can't get there. She gets it. There's the fall. 3 minutes and 22 seconds the time. And Melendez is down. They're calling a trainer out. Today's stream brought to you by Serenelli and Associates, Accounting, Tax, Consulting, SerenelliCPA.com, or 973-927-3300. It's that time of year. You need them. These guys can help you out. Now, we had changes today. This was a try, then we had another team join in. We're going to bring you another game after this. How do I know when all this stuff is happening on GardenStateHSWrestling.com? You follow us on social media. That's how. On Facebook at GardenStateHSWrestling.com. On X at GardenStateHSW. On Instagram at GardenStateHSWrestling. We're also on YouTube at GardenStateHSWrestling.com. And content is up at the website, GardenStateHSWrestling.com. Your team, your counties, your site. Throw us a like. Subscribe on YouTube. Like us on YouTube. Comment. And Melendez from Mount Olive being helped off of the mat. Just lost by pin. An 18-12 lead now for Hillsborough as we go to 152 pounds.
Next up is
Hopefully she's okay. I know she was taken off the mat a little bit there with the trainer, so just
she was assisted off. But yeah, hopefully she's okay.
always hate to see some kind of injuries happen like that or anything medical that happens like that.
Sadie Hagenson for Mount Olive. Manali Branch for Hillsborough. Hagenson in the black with red and gold trim. Branch in the scarlet, gold, and white. Hagenson with a nice win against Bayonne.
Really tough wrestler in her own right, too.
She's being told to circle. Branch had the single, but never got the takedown. And Hagenson gets up and locks back up. Continues to press forward. Coming up on a minute to go in the first period. Another attempt at a single leg by Branch. Sprawl by Hagenson. And Hagenson swings her hips around, no points.
Got to be able to turn it to the mat.
Runs the action out of bounds. They'll restart neutral with 55 seconds to go.
It's got to bring her back down to the mat right there if she wants to finish it.
Branch shot the double but couldn't finish it. And I think Hagenson's both looking for a throw. Branch with the throw, and she's got the back exposed. 3 points for Branch on the takedown. Hagenson rolls over to stop any, and that's Brach. I'm mispronouncing that. Apologize for that. Brach trying to work the turn now.
She has to be able to run something here, but a really good job of defending that headlock and just rolling right through it and getting the takedown of her own. And now she's going to get some back points on top of it. She could finish this one with a pin.
She's trying, and she's getting close. And time expires. There'll be 4 back points for Brach. Makes it 7-0. Just got my reminder that I'm supposed to be here in a half hour to help Zach set up for the girls' basketball game.
Don't be late, John.
I won't. Trust me.
Well, I'll be here with you as well, too. So as long as we were not late, we're all good.
We're good. Brach chooses top. She leads 7-0. As we start the second period, we are at 152 pounds.
As she breaks down the base there of Hagenson.
Very quickly. And she's got the half in already. Starting to work the turn. Now she's to her toes. She's got her. And there's the fall. 2 minutes and 19 seconds the time. Manali Brach with the fall and a 24-12 lead for the Raiders.
Yeah, I mean, she was able to get into that twister move, and it was able to finish her off, get that pin right there, extend the lead for Hillsborough Raiders.
For Hillsborough, 165, Maria Imhauser.
Another really good Hillsborough wrestler here with Imhauser.
And for the Marauders, Gianna Wilkinson.
Gianna Wilkinson for Mount Olive.
And this is Maria Imhauser.
Maria Imhauser for Hillsborough.
You know, we've seen Imhauser all day today really wrestling. She's definitely a tough customer.
She's in the scarlet, has a pink knee brace on. 30 seconds in at 165. 24-12, Hillsborough with the lead. Imhauser drives forward, gets the three-point takedown, has both wrists. Working up the body as her coaches are talking. She's trying to get a turn here. Coming up on 1 minute to go in the first period at 165.
She had that cross face thrown across there on Wilkinson, but she has to be able to finish that and be able to lock it up. Would have been a lot quicker if she would have been able to do it quickly.
They're out of bounds. They'll restart with 51 seconds to go. And Imhauser holding a 3-0 lead.
And Wilkinson is really holding on as well, too. She is wrestling Imhauser tough in this period.
Imhauser with the tight waist, trying to chop down Wilkinson as we start in the referee's position. Trying to pull that arm out. Just about has it. Shifts her approach as she's looking cradle. She's got the leg. She's got the opposite shoulder, and she's getting to her toes. She's going to get this turn.
She should be able to
finish
it.
She's got the fall. 1 minute and 44 seconds.
Doesn't quite put the Marauders away with that one, but it definitely makes things harder for the Marauders to come back in this one, being down 30-12.
30-12. An 18-point lead for Hillsborough. We've got 185, 215, 100, and 107 remaining. Mount Olive needs a win here to stay alive.
This will be another really good matchup right here as well for these two girls.
Kiera Chiminazzo from Mount Olive, Kayla Cesarino for Hillsborough. Early takedown for Cesiano, and a potentially dangerous and grabbing at her shoulder is Chiminazzo.
Yeah, it definitely was kind of quick, but actually, really, John, I kind of looked at it just ever so slightly. Some officials call this where the two hands kind of tap just like that very quickly. So some officials would call it, some may not, but just thought it was very interesting.
We're going to injury time. So sponsoring our replays and our coverage all year long, Champion Athlete Sports Nutrition. It's the step that a lot of people forget in trying to get in shape. That's what you put into your body. These guys will help you come up with a plan to best prepare you for whatever challenge you want to take on. Champion Athletes Sports Nutrition. Own a local business? Join these others who are supporting local sports, getting these kids the exposure they deserve by becoming a sponsor. Go to a team page and click your logo here, or email admin@gardenstatehswrestling.com. We'll restart 1:41 to go in the first period. We start referee's position after that injury stoppage. And Cesano has a three-quarter. Trying to break down Chiminazzo.
And stoppage right there. That's a yep. I knew the official was going to hit it at one point. That she was going to definitely get caught with that full Nelson eventually. Even if they just tap just the slightest bit,
right,
they're going to call it.
So that's a point for Chiminazzo. Makes it 3-1. 1:13 still to go in this first period.
And Chiminazzo keeps reaching back to that leg right there, trying to work on that Peterson, but every time she does that.
Cesano gets the half, gets the turn, gets the fall. In 1 minute and 1 second, that clinches it for Hillsborough.
Yes, definitely. And As I said, John, too, as well, too. She definitely was working on the fast pace to being able to push the pace of this match. And, of course, you know, despite with that full Nelson call, didn't even really matter either way. She ended up getting the pin right back on top of it.
Campbell for Mount Olive coming out at 2:35. Taking on Jada Abdelate. .235. We still have 100 and 107 to go. We started at 114.
And trying to see if she could get into that headlock there pretty quickly is Campbell. Abdalta earlier, who had that match against, you know, had a really good match there with Bayonne, and another one too earlier in the day as well too, with that overtime win, I'm pretty sure.
I believe you're right. Campbell trying to work some kind of just use Abdelate's momentum and get her to the ground.
Doing a really good job with being able to continue to push the pace of the match, and neither one have been able to come close to the takedown yet.
Just past the halfway point, no score. 36-12, a takedown out of bounds by the Mount Olive bench. Abdelate slow to get up. I think she's just adjusting her equipment.
And she'll get right back into the center of the mat right there. A little bit slow to getting back, but like you said, John, I think that headgear sometimes plays a big factor into these matches.
Campbell's just trying to make some high-impact throw happen, it is the feeling I get. She just wants to pull her forward and work that headlock throw or hip or lateral, just something. There she goes, gets the headlock, drives down. Abdelate slides through. Campbell again drives on top of her.
Really could have gotten the pin right there, too.
Gets 3 for the takedown. They stop. Abdelate adjusting again. 16 seconds still to go in period number 1. Campbell's just taken a 3-0 lead.
As we get a restart here with just under 15 seconds left to go in the first.
Campbell on top trying to work a turn. She's got 10 seconds. Trying to turn Abdelate toward her. Period expires. 3-0 the lead for Campbell after 1.
The other one, Campbell leads 3-0. Abdelate has choice. Chooses offense.
Abdelate chooses offense as we restart referee's position.
And that's usually what a lot of these girls wrestlers will choose. They always like to choose the top because they have that luxury of being able to turn a lot quicker and a lot more smoother than the boys do sometimes. Just a very interesting fact that I had learned from this season and the questions of why I've asked why girls choose offense often.
Abdelate trying to get a turn on Ayanna Campbell of Mount Olive. Trying to get back to a base Campbell. Abdelate shoots to half. Swings to the side. She's going to try to work the turn. Has a minute 20 seconds. Has the back exposed and gets the pin.
And she came back from it, and it paid off for her to be able to go up on that pin. as she was able to run her stuff, get that half Nelson and throw in for the pin. 6 more points for the Raiders.
2:45 the time of the call. And we'll go to 100.
100-pound match up next. For Hillsborough, Abigail Semino.
Abigail Semino for Hillsborough.
And for Raiders, Belinda Minervini.
Belinda Minervini for Mount Olive.
As you said, John, this was definitely a quick one for this match. It's already been clinched, but of course, given the respect to Mount Olive and Hillsborough, wanted to just continue to have some bouts being wrestled in.
And an early cradle by Minervini and a fall 21 seconds into the 100-pound match.
Really locked up that cradle very quickly. That near side cradle, she was able to lock it up very quickly and get the pin. 6 points for the Marauders with one more bout to go. Of course, it doesn't matter much, but of course, if you're the Marauders, you want to end this day as high of a note as you possibly can.
42-18. Samantha Oblin for Mount Olive in the black with red and gold. And Emma Campbell in the scarlet and white for Hillsborough. 107 pounds. This will wrap up the try. After this match, we'll check in at the Harrington Brothers, the Harrington Company's press box. Step out, and we'll be back at 2 o'clock on the Garden State Athletic Network with girls basketball, Par Hills at Mount Olive. Campbell on top. Oblin with the leg, pulling it in.
And she's going to lock up on that cross-face cradle.
Campbell gets the takedown. Spins around. She's trying to get the cradle and rolls Oblin back. She's getting swiped, Campbell.
She should
Referee
have it
taking
here.
a good look at this and the fall. Emma Campbell with the pin at 107 at 1 minute and 38 seconds. And that gives us a 48-18 final. Hillsborough over Mount Olive. Again, follow us on social media.
Thanks for joining us here this morning.
On Facebook, GardenStateHSWrestling.com.
Be careful out there in this bitter cold. If you want to stick around.
On X, formerly Twitter, GardenStateHSW. On Instagram at GardenStateHSWrestling. On YouTube, GardenStateHSWrestling.com. Welcome to the Harrington Company's press box. John Kovach, James Clark. You had 3 of the best girls teams come together in Mount Olive. Hillsborough wins 2 of the 3. They looked good against Mount Olive. They looked good against Bayonne. And I think they can state their case that they're up there. They're a team to beat.
They are. And all 3 teams that were here were all evenly matched within one another. Bayonne, Mount Olive, and Hillsborough. And these are the kind of competitions that you want your girls to be able to see throughout the year, regardless if it's a dual match or if it's a tri-match or if it's in a team tournament or anything of that nature. You always want to get the girls the best competition that you can, and that's something that Mount Olive was tested to today with those other 2 teams being here today in their home gym. But obviously, Hillsborough going out on top. You know, they're definitely were a great team for sure, despite their record being a little bit more inflated a little bit. Not inflated, but a little bit. I'm thinking of that right word where they've lost a few matches already, and Mount Olive has lost one, and Bayonne lost one, of course, during the year. You know, they're a really good team, they really matched up well with the two other teams as well today.
Today's stream was presented by Serenelli & Sons Accounting. Our sponsors all year: Champion Athlete Sports Nutrition, the Harrington Companies and Contractors, Performance Trophies and Medals, Estabilt Wrestling Club, Garden State Athletic Network, and the New Jersey Wrestling Officials Association. Our local sponsors today: Ginza Bar Restaurant and Sushi, Palumbo's Barbershop, Market Tavern of Flanders, Pro Automotive of New Jersey, and the 19th Hole Golf Simulator. Switch over to Garden State Athletic Network at 2 o'clock. We will be bringing you Par Hills at Mount Olive in girls basketball. Boys? My mistake. Boys basketball. Thanks, Zach. That's going to do it for us. Thanks for checking us out on GardenStateHSWrestling.com.